Welcome to Reread. Today I'm talking about one long short story, basically in 4 parts, written by Timothy Zahn and Michael Stackpole. It was, I believe, their first collaboration, Side Trip. There's 4 parts to this. The first 2 were in Star Wars Journal number 12. The second 2 were in Star Wars Journal number 13. So these came out back to back. I do remember when these came out, and I was excited to see both, 2 of my, at the time, favorite authors teaming up together. Basically, Corran and Hal Horn arrest a black son operative called Zekathaim. Thrawn is in disguise as Jodo Kast. And I remember this one very well because Corran Horn has a talk with Thrawn dressed as Jodo Kast, and they're talking about artwork. And because, of course, Thrawn can't help it. Even though he's playing the role of a bounty hunter, his true love is art, so he just has to spill his guts when it comes to art. And the whole time, Corran Horn's going, why is a bounty hunter so interested in art? Now, I wish he would have followed his police instincts and gone, I don't know who you are, but you were not Jodo Kast, the bounty hunter. You can't be, with that such refined taste in art, But I did remember that scene very clearly when it came up. Now, Timothy Zahn got to start the series. Michael Stackpole wrote the second and third part, and then Timothy Zahn got to end the series because he's Timothy Zahn. He must begin and end it. I don't know. It's a pretty good story. I don't think it reveals anything, of course, more Corran and Hal working in Coruscant. That's nice. The whole thing basically, and of course I'm doing spoilers in rereads, but it turns out to be a scheme to throw Black Sun out of Corellia and hurt Prince Caesar, because that's the whole thing. The Thrawn he's working undercover with Vader. It's revealed at the end, and Vader knows that Black Sun is getting a little too powerful. Remember, this is getting close to Empire Strikes Back and Shadows of the Empire, and he needs to start taking Black Sun down a peg. And the first move is to get them out of Corellia, but not make it look like the Empire had anything to do with it. And Thrawn goes, yeah, this worked out even better, because now it looks like, since Corran and Horn were the ones that made the arrest and kind of busted the whole case open, it looks like Coruscant was the one that threw Corellia out of Black Sun and hurting Prince Caesar. So everything kind of works in not according to Thrawn's plan, but in the same vein as Thrawn's plan, which I thought was neat. Of course, you get to see more of Hal for people who love Corran. Veers, who's in Empire Strikes Back. This is how he gets his promotion, because Thrawn gives him accommodation for his part in this mission. And then this is also explaining how Thrawn gets the Noghray, because in exchange for him doing this for Vader, Vader is going to loan him some of the Noghray as bodyguards, and he really wants them. And so it basically explains how Thrawn had the Noghray when you get to the Thrawn trilogy. Again, it's a good story. I'm positive this was collected in Tales of the Empire, their cheap trade paperback where they took the best of authors, and I'm almost sure it's been republished again because I know they published some of their, they may have published these stories again another time, but either way, Tales of the Empire, I know you can get pretty cheap online. It's just a little ratty paperback book, but I know I'm pretty sure it had all the big authors in there. So this is one that you can find. And yeah, it's a fun read. It's a fun read if you're a Thrawn fan, if you're a Corran Horn fan. Who wouldn't want to read it? Both fans of that would want to read it. However, Jodo Kast, sewing in some of that West End Games, because he's a West End Games person, is Jodo Kast. So sewing in some of West End Games into the story too really made it to where anyone could appreciate it. Not that role-playing people didn't read the books. I'm pretty sure they did. But either way, yeah, it was still fun even the second time. All right, folks. That's it for now. See you later.